Are you dedicating all your strength every day, yet still find your wallet empty? Perhaps your income isn't low, but by the end of the month, everything vanishes like mist. You bitterly watch those around you touch wealth, while you yourself remain entangled in the vicious cycle of earn as much as you spend. Or perhaps you are deluding yourself. If only I had a higher salary, I would surely be well off. But the truth is that high salary day never seems to knock on your door. If you feel suffocated in this trap, wondering why prosperity seems so luxurious despite your best efforts, then this journey is the cure for you. Because more than 2 millennia ago, in the legendary kingdom of Babylon, a poor scribe unearthed a truth, a secret so simple, yet terrifyingly powerful, that it molded him from a man without a single copper scrap into the most powerful and wealthiest figure in the brand empire. And right now, you will inherit that exact operating system. Do not look away from the screen, for the true key lies in the final minutes of this story. Traveling back in time to ancient Babylon, where vibrant baked brick walls reflect upon the Euphrates River, lived a man named Arkad. He was a master scribe, spending the brightest years of his youth meticulously carving cuneiform characters onto moist clay tablets. Under his stylus were slave contracts, harsh tax documents, or the heroic epics of the kingdom. Arkad possessed an astonishing level of concentration. Every stroke of his was precise and delicate, reflecting an enlightened mind and rare golden hands. But ironically, though he exhausted himself over those stones for more hours than anyone else, those hands remained empty. One rainy season followed by another dry one, Arkad regularly received his silver wages from the Hall of Records. However, every time he tried to trace the footsteps of the coins that had departed, he saw only a vast void. His income was swallowed by expensive house rents, various taxes paid to the royal treasury, lavish offerings to the temple of the god Marduk, or even the pungent barley wine in the extravagant festivals of the capital. One sultry evening, his wife looked at the empty corner of the kitchen and turned to Arkad with eyes heavy with sorrow. "Arkad, I have seen you collapse from exhaustion over those tablets for so many years. We work regardless of day or night, living an honest life and being no less wise than any great tycoon. Yet why does the goddess of fortune bless them, while for us, he leaves only cold indifference? Why, after all those years of hard labor, do we not have a single treasure to secure our own future?" Arkad silently looked at his calloused hands and empty purse. In that dark moment, a powerful awakening surged through his veins. He replied slowly, but firmly, "My beloved, I refuse to believe that poverty is destiny. If prosperity is a fortress, there must surely be a key to open the gates. And if that key exists, I will find it at any cost." A few days later, opportunity knocked in a way no one expected. Algamish, the notorious money-lending tycoon of Babylon, rumored to possess a bottomless purse, entered the Hall of Records. He needed an urgent copy of the 9th Law, a long and incredibly complex legal document. Algamish pierced Arkad with his razor-sharp eyes. "I need this transcription in 2 days. Complete it on time, and you shall have 2 copper coins. Fail, and you will know the meaning of my wrath." Arkad accepted the challenge, but the law was longer than any estimation. When Algamish returned 2 days later, the tablets were still unfinished. The old man's face turned red with rage. He roared like a starving lion. In that suffocating moment, Arkad did something that made even longtime scribes shiver. He looked directly into the powerful face of the old man and said in a steely voice, Lord Algamish, you are a great tycoon who has everything. I am but a penniless scribe, despite exhausting my labor for years. Teach me the secret to becoming wealthy like you, and I will stay awake all night, regardless of food or sleep. When the sun rises, your tablets will be perfectly complete. The entire room fell silent. No one dared to bargain with Algamish. But then, the old man suddenly broke into a bizarre smile. You are a reckless one, but I like that audacity. Very well, let us consider this a bargain signed in blood. All through that night, Arkad carved tirelessly. His back ached as if pierced by thousands of needles. His eyes burned under the flickering oil lamp. The oil smoke made his head throb, but his hands never rested. When the first rays of sun pierced through the leaves, the tablets lay there, flawless to every character. Algamish returned, examined every line carefully, and nodded in satisfaction. Very well. Now, listen closely, for if you do not grasp the truth I am about to speak, you will find your sleepless night was meaningless. He lowered his voice, full of authority. I found the road to prosperity when I decided that a part of all I earn is mine to keep. Arkad was stunned. He stammered. Is that all? Is that the secret you trade for my labor? Algamish laughed loudly, but his eyes were cold as ice. Do you think it is little? Answer me. Do you not pay the garment maker? Do you not pay the sandal maker? Do you not pay taxes to the court? You pay everyone, except yourself. You labor hard for others, no different than a slave working to fatten the master. If you kept even 1/10 of what you earn, after 10 years, how large would your financial tree grow? He pulled a tiny seed from his robe pocket. Wealth, like a massive tree, begins with a tiny seed. The first coin you save is that seed. The sooner you sow the seed, the faster the tree will grow. The more consistently you water it with discipline, the sooner you shall rest under its shade. 4. The 7 principles, the master's strategy. Arkad sat in silence, Algamish's words pouring into his mind like a waterfall. But the old man had not stopped. He stood up, walked slowly around the cramped room, and continued in a resonant voice, as if passing down a priceless testament. Listen, Arkad, saving is only the beginning. To truly master destiny, you need a roadmap consisting of 7 golden steps that every tycoon in Babylon knows by heart. Carve them into your heart, for they will transform you from a slave of money into its master. Rule 1. Pay yourself first. Absolutely no debt. Out of every 10 silver coins you earn, keep at least 1 for yourself. Do not pay the garment maker or the sandal maker before you pay yourself. But remember, absolutely do not take loans to invest when you are just starting. Let the tree of wealth grow from your own sweat, instead of borrowing seeds from others. Rule 2. Resist the temptation of luxury. Protect the seed. Do not rush to buy grand chariots or silken robes just to show off to the world. Those items depreciate faster than a desert wind. Restrain your greed, for if you eat all the seeds when they have just sprouted, you will never see the forest. Rule 3. Explore opportunities around you. He pointed out the window, where the capital of Babylon was transforming. Open your eyes. Look at Rudy over there. He started a donkey rental service with just a few copper scraps. Next door, someone started raising chickens from a single hen. Opportunities are everywhere. Find what fits your skills and your passion. Rule 4. Start small and act with lightning speed. Once you see an opportunity, do not wait for a perfect plan. Start immediately with what you have. Challenges will only appear when you actually start walking. Starting small helps you minimize risk, but acting fast helps you seize the position. Rule 5. Reinvest and scale up. When your saved coins begin to yield profit, do not rush to enjoy it. Use those very children to buy more tools, hire more people, Let profit continue to generate profit. That is how a small spark erupts into a blazing torch. Rule 6. Diversify income streams. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Never rely solely on this single scribe job. Once the first service is stable, invest in a date grove or a merchant fleet. Many small streams will create a great river, protecting you firmly against any financial storm. Rule 7. Persevere and never stop elevating your wisdom. Building passive income takes time and patience. Do not be discouraged if you don't see gold flowing in immediately. Learn from those who have succeeded. Never ask a brickmaker how to buy jewels. Knowledge is the only asset no one can steal from you. Arkad returned home with a completely new mindset. For the next 12 months, he implemented Rule 1 extremely. Every time he received 10 silver coins, he immediately set aside one and hid it in a secret ceramic jar. Initially, hunger and longing haunted him. The fragrant baked bread, the street vendors full of exotic fruits from afar, always beckoned. The voice in his head whispered, "Just once, Arkad. You have worked hard." But he clenched his fists, remembering Algamish's words, "Do not eat the seed when it has just sprouted." Strangely enough, after a few months, he realized he managed just fine on 9/10 of his income. The feeling of seeing the ceramic jar fill up brought him a level of confidence, but it was at this moment that a fatal mistake occurred. Being too impatient to get rich quickly, Arkad took his entire capital saved over a year and gave it to Osmer, a brickmaker. Osmer promised that when traveling to distant lands, he would use Arkad's money to buy rare Phoenician jewels and bring them back to sell for a profit share. When Algamish returned and heard the story, he slammed the table in rage. "You have uprooted your tree of wealth, you fool. Why did you trust a brickmaker regarding knowledge of jewels? Would you go ask a baker about the stars? No, you must ask the astrologer. You have thrown your seed into the abyss." Just as the old man predicted, Osmer was cheated. Those jewels were actually just worthless pieces of glass. Arkad was penniless. A year of self-denial vanished into thin air. But Algamish did not abandon him. He placed a hand on Arkad's shoulder. "Failure is the tuition of wisdom. Plant another tree. This time, listen only to advice from those who truly understand that field." Arkad started again from zero, but with a more sober mind. He saved more disciplinedly. This time, he applied rules 4 and 5. He gave his new capital to Agar, a shield maker who understood metals. Every quarter, Agar paid Arkad an interest fee from purchasing bronze materials. But another trap appeared. When the first interest coins arrived, Arkad joyfully used them to buy fine wine, honey, and a bright red robe. Algamish laughed sadly again. "You are eating the children of your savings. If you spend all the profit, how can they bear grandchildren for you? Build a legion of golden slaves first. When they are powerful enough, you can enjoy life forever without fear of exhaustion." At this point, Arkad truly understood. He began to reinvest all profits. 10 silver coins became 50. 50 became 100. His coins were no longer soulless metals. They had become an army, working for him even while he slept. Years passed quietly over the city walls of Babylon. The young scribe of yesteryear now began to show gray hairs at his temples. But unlike his colleagues, who were still tirelessly carving stone to trade for daily meals, Arkad's eyes now shone with the confidence and depth of a master. His tree of wealth was no longer a fragile sapling. By persistently applying rules 5 and 6, the interest from lending bronze to the shield maker had been reinvested into wheat merchant fleets and vast date plantations. He no longer worked for money. Now, thousands of golden slaves were working for him, even while he slept, even while he traveled to far-off kingdoms. When Algamish had become very old, He called Arkad one last time. Looking at the massive estate and the way Arkad managed assets, the old man smiled contentedly. Arkad, you have truly understood. You live below your means. You know how to seek counsel from the wise, and you have transformed gold into endless legions. My children only know how to spend. They will soon throw my estate into the abyss. I want you to be my partner, managing my entire estate in Nippur. Arkad did not just inherit property. He possessed something 10,000 times more valuable, the knowledge to create prosperity. He became the richest man in Babylon, not by chance, but by mastering the immutable laws of money. My dear friend, Arkad's story from 2,500 years ago is the mirror reflecting your journey today. The laws of money have never changed. Whether in ancient Babylon or amidst modern skyscrapers, financial freedom does not require you to have a massive salary immediately or luck from the sky. It begins with a decision. The decision to sow the first seed. Let us carve into our hearts the 7 golden steps that Arkad left for posterity. 1. Pay yourself first. Keep at least 1/10 of your income, and absolutely do not take debt to invest when starting. 2. Control your desires. Do not eat the seed with depreciating luxury items. Let money proliferate before enjoying. 3. Explore opportunities around you. Always keep your eyes open for ways to create passive income from the smallest things. 4. Start small and act fast. Do not wait for a perfect plan. Start immediately to learn and seize the position. 5. Reinvest and scale. Do not spend profit early. Let the children of money continue to bear grandchildren for you. 6. Diversify income. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Build many small streams to create a solid financial river. 7. Persevere and elevate wisdom. The greatest asset is knowledge. Only listen to advice from those who are truly successful. My challenge to you today: in your next paycheck, before you pay a single bill, set aside at least 10% of your income into a separate account. Do not touch it for at least 3 months. You will be amazed to find you manage just fine with the rest. And more importantly, you will begin to feel the power when truly mastering your own future. Do not wait for a miracle. Start from where you stand. Use what you have. Do what you can. If Arkad's wisdom has lit a spark in you, please like this video and share it with someone struggling financially. Leave a comment. I start sowing the seed today, along with the step you resonate with most. And do not forget to hit the subscribe button, along with the bell notification icon. Here, we don't just tell stories. We provide you with a practical toolkit to escape the poverty loop and build your own financial empire. Do not miss the next secrets on this journey of freedom. For each video is a footstep, bringing you closer to the shade of abundance. Remember Algamish's final words: wealth, like a tree, grows from a tiny seed. Sow your seed now, and soon you shall rest under the shade of eternal prosperity. Goodbye, and see you at the peak of freedom.